Hey, good morning to everybody from Walla Walla, Washington. And I tell you what, we've got a break in the weather and it's kind of nice. It getting a little bit too hot to do much with these machine tools, with it getting over 100 degrees during the day and around 80 degrees at night. This iron got pretty hot. But it's cooled down now, and I've been kind of dinking around with it last night, and I'm back on it this morning. And I'm just going to put some of that glazing putty in some of the worst spots, and come check it out. Anyway, here we go. Hang on. Up this ladder we go. Oh, a cup of coffee here. I'm going to set it up there. And up we go. Grab on the old drill. There we go. I got this big old tripod here, and I can set you up here, and whoop, there we go. Get back here, maybe you can see me. Yeah, not a lot of room up here, so I had to kind of set you down there. But this is what I'm doing. Let me get this stuff here. I took and scuffed it down with sandpaper, and I'm just kind of going over and finding the worst spots here, and hitting it with some glazing putty. And what I'll do is just kind of fill the holes, and then I'll go back over and sand this. I'm going to put another coat of primer or two on it. Yeah, there's just some spots where the cast kind of has some holes in it. I'm not going to be too picky about it. It's an old machine, but I don't know. Just, when you find spots that are just so rough, I don't know. I want your machines to look pretty good anyway. Yeah, it's kind of overcast. I don't think it's going to rain, but I can toss the tarps on here pretty quick. And if it does, and if it does rain, it won't be for long. And it's calling for really good weather for the rest of this week. Highs in the 90s and stuff. So I should be able to get some paint on this thing. And I decided I'm going to go with Massey Ferguson gray. It's a real neutral gray on this. Kind of a little bit dark, but I think it'll be great for this drill press. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different on that axle set. I'll figure that out as I go. But I'm just kind of looking around. This is kind of a bad side here. Yeah, I want to get a little bit more on that hole. That should be good there. And just kind of look around this thing. Find some of the worst of it. There's like a big hole right here. It's just a depression. I'm glad many of you enjoyed my carbide boring bar tool making videos. I plan on making quite a few more videos like that. Make some round cutters, multi-tooth cutters, maybe some counterbores and some things like that. Oh, that's going to be nice there. Get that little hole. I could see that hole from 10 feet away. Yeah, I think once you get into making some of your own tools, it makes you more comfortable with machine work in general. And there's a lot of easy ways out and stuff like that. Found a really nice boring head I've been looking for on eBay, and I want to make a lot of tooling for it. It's just a standard Criterion 202, but it's got the 10th adjust collar on it, and I used one of those a long time ago, and I really liked it, and I'm hoping I'll still like it. And of course I'm going to make cutters for that and do some close tolerance work on the jig bore. And I don't know if you noticed. Hey, Chloe, come on up here. She's way down there. I'll show you. Hey, you get up here. There she comes. She's probably pretty small, and I got the camera on wide here, but she patrols the sidewalk. Yeah. But you know, you can buy all this pre-made tooling and stuff like that, and a lot of it works really, really good, but it really limits you in some instances, especially I run into it in repairing things where you're not able to really clamp things down, like castings, power transfer cases and stuff like that, and you'll have to develop a tool that has low cutting forces and doesn't cause vibration. And you know, there's zillions of carbide inserts out there, and I'll harp a lot about carbide inserts. I really like them. I like the basic inserts for moving metal and stuff like that, but there becomes a point where they become too expensive and a burden all their own, you know, if you have to have all these inserts because you can't make your own tools. And that's kind of the way things are going these days. You know, you don't want to be a shake and bake machinist. You know, you want the whole experience. You got to be able to make your own tools. And it's like turning the clock back. Like when you first start learning with the South Bend and the Atlas, and you're making the basic high-speed steel tools. And I hope people still do that. Well, working with carbide is really the same, except for you got to have diamond wheels and things like that to efficiently work the carbide. So people were working carbide like I showed you, making boring bars and wheel cutters, all kinds of stuff, up until about maybe the late 1980s. And the community college here showed you how to make tools, you know, probably up until that time too. So it's something that's kind of disappeared in, you know, the last couple of decades. Well, anyway, I'm going to put some more stuff on here. And oh, there's a pretty good hole right there. Scrape that off. Here we go. Just get the worst of them. Yeah, that's pretty good. This piece here is pretty rough anyway. You know, I've got so much time in this drill press with the mechanical problems and getting the rust off of it. I'm just not in a really big hurry to paint it. You know, I don't feel like there's a lot of pressure on me or anything for any reason that I need to like get this done in a hurry. So I'm just, you know, the last week or so, this hot weather kind of broke my momentum a little bit. Now I'm coming back at it going, oh, you know, I don't need to be in that big a hurry, that much drive maybe. So, but once I got it to this point, you know, and that Axelson tube where the paint's mostly off of that, things start going a little bit faster. So that's kind of nice. It really is. just put that stuff on there. Yeah. Not too bad. Oh, yeah. That's great. Someone's putting a bunch of Monarch videos on YouTube, you know, from the 40s and the 50s, and someone pretty interesting, some of the pre-CNC machines. But there's one video, and it shows them making the air gauge tracer valves for the Monarch lathe, and they made them on a Cincinnati No. 2 tool and cutter grinder and a Sun and Home. And those are just common machines, you know, the old cutter grinder and the Sun and Home, but very close tolerance, you know, super close. So with a Sun and Home and a tool and cutter grinder, you too can make your own air tracer valves. I just thought that was kind of cool. How some of the basic machines, you know, that are real common like that can do just extremely accurate work. Well, we'll swing this around this way. Now, I don't know. I'll take the camera loose and show you some detail here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, I just took and sanded this down. You seen how I laid this stuff on with the foam brushes, you know? And then I just take it, it really goops it on. Then I take and sand it, and I look for spots. And this front cover, they did a pretty good job on, and I'll fill them. And I got a spot here where I stuck some Bondo, and I got to stick some more, so I got it really roughed up. This is a spot that I took and ground with an angle grinder so I could put a planer jack in here to push the head over when it was rusted. So I took and made a big divot there, and I'll get that covered up. And you see how I scuff this here. And I'm just going to go over the machine and just keep doing this and throw another coat of primer on this, maybe even 2 more coats. But I'm going to get it a little bit smooth. I'm going to have to live with this machine for years. Chloe, what are you doing? She's my junkyard dog. Okay, you guys have a great day, and I will be back with a whole bunch more. Bye-bye.